This week, Gina and I are back at it again, and this time we're taking the family out to Snow Canyon State Park to do some original off-roading, and then follow it up with a beautiful hike to the lava tubes.
Then we're following the Lone Peak four-wheelers on an exciting adventure through some new territory on the Italian Creek Pass just outside of Gunnison, Colorado.
Finally, we get to rev up the RPMs and show you some fast-paced, high-flying action as the AYL crew visits the Nitro World Games at the Utah Motorsports Campus. It's all headed your way right now. At Your Leisure is next.
Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Gina Mortensen.
And I'm Kevin, and we're here with the kids this morning at Snow Canyon State Park with SnowCanyonTrailRides.com with our guide Mike. You can see we're doing something a little bit different today. Normally you'll catch us on an ATV or a UTV or a hike or snowshoeing. Today we're on the original off-road vehicles, and we're here seeing sights that you really can't see any other way.
I'm kind of excited. We're all a little bit nervous. We haven't done this before. Some of our kids have never been on a horse before, but Mike has taken really good care of us. He's got helmets and he's done a really good job in educating us on how to be on a horse. I haven't been on a horse since my college days, so I think it should be fun. I'm excited to see where Mike will take us today.
And look, there's really, as much as we love our ATVs, there's no better way to see the American West than on horseback. Come along with us as we head down the trail.
What we're going to do is we're going to take everybody out on a ride today, and what we'll do is we'll leave here and go along the edge of the canyon, along the edge of the lava flow, and we'll be able to look down into the canyon, and we'll be able to see quite a wide variety of things out there, wildlife, plants, and of course the geology is pretty amazing. People that have never been on a ride before, a lot of times the first thing they do is they key into the horse, and they usually just look at the back of the horse's head the whole time. But after about 5 minutes, and they start to look up and start to look around, they feel the breeze blowing on their face, and they can also have an elevated look of everything, just like a sightseeing tour on horseback. And it's hands-free, almost like riding one of those Google cars. Well, there's quite a few different trails. We do rides down in the very bottom of the canyon in the wintertime because it's a little bit warmer and we're protected by wind. In the spring and fall, we're up here and we do our rides up here. In the summertime, we actually move up in an even higher elevation where it's a little bit cooler, and then we kind of skirt the northern end of the park at that time. And it's more about comfort as far as the temperature goes for our clients.
Moms and dads, if you want to see your kids smile, then go to the website and book a trail ride. This has been an absolute blast. Mike tells us they've had people as old as 94 years old out on these horses. Look, our horse, he wants to get on camera, say hi. But it's also the perfect teenager ride. He's got a mind of its own. All he's got to do is sit back and let this guy do all the work.
While we finish our ride today, we're going to have you guys go to our Where To adventure.
Let's go.
When it comes to Jeep rides, there seems to be no shortage of beautiful places to go. This week, we're following the Lone Peak four-wheelers on an exciting trail in Colorado.
We are on Italian Creek and Cement Creek Pass, and it has an upper and a lower. We did lower Italian Creek today.
Also known as Lower Reno Divide. There's so many Jeep trails around here, easy, moderate, and really hard. So it's it's just fun to go to a new place and check different things out.
The Lone Peak four-wheelers from Utah County. We have members from throughout the Wasatch Front, and we're just here having a good time, spending the week over here in Colorado four-wheeling.
When looking for the perfect Jeep trail, what comes to mind? Different types of terrain, obstacles, scenery, maybe even some mud. Well, this ride had it all.
I think this trail has everything. It seems like it has some nice smooth parts. It's got some historic parts. It has parts that are a little bit challenging in places, which we like to do.
We saw some snow. We went over a few rocks on the road. Okay, a lot of rocks on the road. Parts were fairly rough, but it was a good trip, and I think everyone's enjoying it. Coming up over the summits, as you come up to those summits and you see the vistas and the big basins, it's just beautiful, just gorgeous.
It's no secret that Colorado country is beautiful, and this trail shows off some impressive landscapes, and also holds a little history as well.
Well, we started out in Taylor Park, and you go up and you go by campsites, and it's kind of just a dirt road, then it becomes a four-wheel drive road, then it becomes very rocky, and then we come to the old Oliver's Canyon, cabin, which was a beautiful spot. It's so beautiful there. I would come out here and stay for a summer and just live at that cabin.
It's beautiful. It's just beautiful, breathtaking.
So next time you're thinking of taking your Jeep or Jeep Club out for a ride, maybe you should go a little outside your normal territory.
We try and do a ride every month somewhere, and this is one that we've thrown in as an extra to come to Colorado. We usually come over here at least once a year and spend a week there in Colorado doing trails. So.
Our main goal was to trick the club. You know, thinking that it was a nice, easy ride all the way through, and then it got a little bit tougher and a little bit tougher, and everybody's still smiling though, so I think we did a good job.
I'll look forward to seeing you on the next trail. For At Your Leisure, I'm Joe Davis.
Fly higher. Go further. Do more. Pursue your passion with Polaris, the world leader in off-road. Live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or get more done with a hard-working Ranger. Enjoy savings up to $3,500 during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance.
I promised my son that if he got straight A's, the two of us would take a guys trip. We were riding on the Lincoln Loop Trail outside Minersville, Utah. There was so much to explore, and the trail just kept climbing higher, right to the very top of a mountain called Jack's Peak. We just stood for a while, taking in the whole world below. On the way back to camp, my son turned to me and said, "I love you, Dad." Then suddenly it hit me. This wasn't just another camping trip.
At Paris RV, you can count on 5 things. A huge inventory of RVs, great service, a large variety of accessories. Now, 2 locations and 14 brands of toy haulers. From Vortex, Striker, Attitude, Powerlight, Highlander, Thunderbolt, Boost, Hyperlight, Nitro, Sandsport, Salem Cruise Light, Iconic, Cyclone, and Sandstorm. Paris RV, 4360 South State, and now 5545 South State, and online at parisrv.com.
Paris RV is Utah's #1 volume toy hauler dealer.
Hey, you don't have to miss 1 second of adventure. Follow At Your Leisure on YouTube to watch full episodes or your favorite stories from the show. And don't forget to like us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date on all of At Your Leisure's adventures.
This What's New segment is brought to you by Tunex. Hunt season's here. Is your rig ready? Come and see us.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. It's the What's New segment for our show. I'm Chad Booth. And if any of you have been out to Stedman's, you probably recognize this Honda sign, which is kind of bizarre because we're talking Yamaha today, and even more bizarre than that, we're not talking about Yamaha off-road, we're talking about Yamaha electric bikes. Now, they have come out with a full line of e-bikes, and Yamaha has for years been providing many of the different brands with the power assist motors. So that's been their technology. Finally decided to come out with a full line of e-bikes of their own. And they've got a full range of them depending upon what your riding style and your budget is, running anywhere from $2,300 to $3,400. So let's take a look at a couple of the features on it. This is their entry-level model. It is an 18-speed. It's a street bike. It's got straight handlebars on it. It has got paddle shifters for the gear sprockets, one for the front, one for the back. And then the power module is just a simple power-up, and it gives you the ability to choose your assist. You can go from none to just a little, all the way up to a very strong assist, and you can really get booking with these. Being an electric bike, you don't have to worry about the battery for the headlights to wear out. They come equipped with a headlight and a tail light. Now, I want to talk about the batteries for a minute, because people say, yeah, e-bikes are great, but they're going to run out of battery. Well, it depends upon how much you use it. So if you only put it on economy mode and you just run it to the first level to give you an assist when you're going up a hill, but you still want to get some leg action and get your heart pumping, you can make these last for a long time. I mean, we're talking weeks. Okay, if you are looking for a full assist, so you hardly have to pedal at all uphill or downhill, well, even at maximum power, you've got full power support for about 3 hours of ride. So if you got a buddy who wants to go on a bike ride and he's like all buff like some guys I know, and he's taking off, you can keep up with him. And he'll be winded and you won't until you hit the third hour. And when you go to the mountain bike series, now all of a sudden the gearing changes. It is an 11-speed with a single sprocket in the front. The mountain versions also have a suspension on them and carry knobby tires, and if you'll take a look, they've got heavy-duty discs on the brakes, front and rear. Well, how easy are they? How fun are they to ride? Let's take one around the parking lot and find out. You know, I never cease to be amazed by e-bikes. They've come so far in such a short period of time. The e-bike assist changes seamlessly. It's not like a jolt when you change it from gear to gear, and it does make riding uphill or down so effortless. Well, my field producer, Chad Mobley, said it the best as we were out riding for the segment. He said, it's like cheating. And in a way, it kind of is, because it takes all the effort out of it. You know what? That is just a whole bunch of fun. Now, this is not my first time riding electric bikes. Those of you who watch the show know. But I'm really impressed with the Yamaha product. They've thought of a lot of things that make them a creature comfort bike. And if you want to try one out for your own, you need to go out to Stedman's in Tooele, 916 North Main, and check it out. And this one won't be there because I think I'll have it with me. We'll be back with more of At Your Leisure in just a minute. See ya.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in the basin with a Ute reservation, skiing starvation, that Duchesne County life.
vacation, I never ask, are we there yet? Because my daddy makes sure each stop we make is at Eagles Landing. They have such cool things for kids, like a petting zoo. They have the cleanest bathrooms on Earth, and Daddy doesn't freak out pulling up to the pumps, because they're really big and he says it's the best gas in the world. And you can get your tire fixed, like we had to. Oh, and their food is so yummy. Eagles Landing is so much fun, I don't care if we ever get there.
It's time to save big during the Yamaha Let's Ride sales event with as low as 2.99% APR for 36 months. Plus up to $4,000 customer cash on the industry's hottest models. So see your local Yamaha dealer today for huge savings. Then, let's ride.
Get your new Yamaha at Stedman's Recreation. Ride hard, play hard.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We've been hiking and we've come upon the first lava tube.
You know, one of the reasons we do this with 4 kids is to prove that you can do this with 4 kids. And we've just climbed out of this tube and it's pretty cool down there. It's about 25, 30 degrees cooler. It's a nice little break. You know, we're gonna go see the rest of this park. Why don't you come along with us while we check it out?
So Snow Canyon is a park that really allows you to get out and explore. It's great for just a nice scenic drive-through, but it's best if you can put aside some time to really get out on the trails. We have over 30 miles of trails that you can utilize for hiking, biking. We have over 180 different technical rock climbing routes throughout the park. As you know, there's great opportunity for going on horseback riding. For folks that want to find this little oasis in the growing Washington County, St. George area, you enter into this beautiful, quiet canyon, and you can spend a night, do some stargazing, and hear from the campground. We have over 30 sites, so we have 31 individual campsites here and 2 group sites in the campground. We have something for the entire age spectrum. Jenny's Canyon Trail is a fun little quarter-mile slot canyon hike that doesn't really tax the physical levels of the little kids. And it provides them with kind of this sense of awe and wonder. Even though fall is technically kind of coming in, St. George area, the fall, September can still be in the triple digits. So with that in mind, make sure that when you're getting out there and hiking, you're still planning for, sunscreen and bringing loads of water with you, at least 1 liter per person per hour. This is a time of year where we have kind of a rise in heat-related illnesses here at the park because people tend to think of fall as being cooler weather. So just make sure that you're kind of planning for that. It's still hot down here, but it is really fun and it is a great time of year to visit.
We just got done exploring the second lava tube that we came across today, and we're hiking out here in the sun in Snow Canyon State Park, and it is a park that you definitely want to make sure you bring a lot of water. It is hot and there's not a lot of shade. Also, these rocks are a little bit sharp, and so when you're hiking in these caves, you're going to want to make sure you bring your flashlight.
It's definitely a lot easier on horseback, but it's a completely different experience. We've climbed down in here, it's like 20, 30 degrees cooler. Kids had a chance to rest. It's been amazing. But let's make our way out of this lava tube and back up to the parking lot. We're going to send you off to this week's Along the Way.
The fact that everything's really fast-paced and we're just going to knock it all out within, basically half of a day, I think that's great for fans. It's not a big time commitment or anything for them. They can come out and they can see everything within a couple hours. I'm really enjoying, you know, the progression of everything, the ramps, the landings, all the riders. The riders are stepping it up big time every year, so it's pretty cool to witness it and be a part of it.
Oh yeah, I love Pastrana. We've been following Nitro Circus forever. A lot of those boys are from up in Kaysville, up by us, so love it.
And part of Nitro Circus is why I want to do motocross, because I've got four-wheelers in Texas and we've got tons of man-made tracks out there.
This is the first time I've seen it, but man, it's cool. It's been a blast though. We've been here all day, so.
Yeah. So far, the best freestyle tricks have been my favorite part.
Oh yeah, the Captain Morgan, that was awesome. Yeah, when he did the Captain Morgan, that was cool. Really cool.
He just like leaned up and looked back at the crowd. It was awesome.
It's so rad to see, you know, more disciplines coming into Nitro World Games. This year there's flat track racing, the rally cross, FMX, best trick, and then quarter pipe also. It's just cool to see, you know, what people can do on you know, 4 different disciplines. It's just rad to see. It's just, you know, in the middle of nowhere, kind of surrounded by mountains. It's beautiful scenery. Makes for a great, you know, video, photo shoot. But yeah, it's cool and I'm definitely enjoying it.
I highly recommend this to all families. This is a real great outdoors thing for the families to get to play with motocross and rally cars and for a lot of adrenaline rush. I'm going to be worn out by the end of this trip.
It's fun and it's cool. When they're like going off the jump and then doing like backflips and stuff.
So I think this ramp it's about 6 feet taller than our regular comp ramps that we use, which is almost double the size of our regular comp ramps. And it's far, far steeper. So, you know, you have the higher consequence with being nearly twice as high in the air, but you have a lot less, I don't even know what you have. You're a lot lighter in the air, so it just allows you to a little more freedom away from the bike.
I have an adventure bike, and I bought him a little dirt bike because I need a riding buddy. So I'm hoping he's learning so he can make Dad a bunch of money.
For as long as I can remember, this is what we do. Rising early to take on the desert, owning our freedom, ripping our own lines in the sand, launching outside our comfort zone, chasing our friends to the horizon, and then back to the campfire. We're built for good times that last forever. But we are never able to get enough. This is what we do. Every weekend, every month, every year, we ride Can-Am.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We're here at Snow Canyon State Park. Beautiful park. As you can tell, it's still sunny, so even though some places have experienced snow in the state of Utah, we're enjoying good weather here. As you can tell, it's nice and quiet. So we've been enjoying this park with our kids today.
You know, it really is quiet. You mentioned quiet. This is a good place to just come and relax. But you know, the park ranger told us that a lot of people will come here and stay here in the park and use it as their staging area while they check out the sites that are around Snow Canyon State Park and just go grab a map. There's a ton to do down here. So while we kind of relax with the kids, we're going to send you guys off to look at this week's sticker winner, and we're going to take a look at next week's show.
This week's contest winner is license plate number X20RX and was submitted to us on Facebook by Brenda Sumner.
Congratulations, Brenda. It looks like you're going to win a $400 gift certificate to RyFab. RyFab offers the best custom metal fabrication for your rig. Visit ryfab.com for more details.
And it looks like you're also going to win a $100 gas and gift card from our friends at Eagles Landing, which is the best place to get that real gasoline, Clear 91 ethanol-free fuel.
Be sure to call us on Monday at 801-947-8888 to claim your prizes. Now, let's take a look at our calendar of events.
First off, don't forget, down at Water Hollow Ranch, going on now through October 26th, they'll have all your favorite fall festivities, including a pumpkin patch, corn maze, and a witch's hollow. So be sure to come enjoy the fun while it's still going on. Then, on October 26th, down in Marysville, the Halloween festivities wrap up with the 2019 Halloween Howl. The event features UTV trails and Halloween spooks. So get your costumes and come join us for the best Halloween ride out there.
Now, let's take a look at next week's show.
Next week, Chad and Rhea are going down the spooky trail as they visit the annual Halloween Howl and show us all the great festivities that this ride has to offer.
Then we head down to Dow James Park in Tooele Valley as we get shown the ways of the Old West at the 26th Annual American Heritage Festival Mountain Man Rendezvous.
Finally, Reese Stein takes us out for a spooky adventure of his own that is unlike any other as he takes us to a Titanic cemetery in Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Well, we've stopped for a minute. We want to thank Mike at Snow Canyon Trail Rides, snowcanyontrailrides.com, for the awesome horseback ride this morning. I want to thank Snow Canyon State Park for letting us come and explore. And we hope you have been inspired a little bit to come out here with your kids and see what there is to see out here. Remember, there's adventure around every bend.
You just have to get out there and create it yourself.
At your leisure. Come on, let's go see the rest of this park.
Okay.
Let's see it.